Do you give the edge to? I know you should favor
I'm
him
saying
over everyone.
Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is. Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. And that's how it's gonna be.
When you got that much money, you know what I mean, it's hard to be salty about anything, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just the way that it is. It's the new era, it's the Devin Haney era, and that's what it is. And he's hanging on to the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, so hard, he choked out Terence Crawford. He's still talking about he in boxing. Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terence Crawford.
Terence made it clear that, in his eyes, Shakur beats everybody, calling him a truly one-of-a-kind talent in boxing today. He openly laughed off Bill Haney's threats, showing zero concern or respect for the warning, and went even further by boldly declaring that Shakur would retire Devin Haney if they ever shared the ring, framing the matchup as completely one-sided in Shakur's favor.
Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, one of a kind, you know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's a long night.
So he can make Devin give up his height, not necessarily have to just go after him.
We didn't see Shakur go forward. We didn't see Shakur stay in the pocket. You know what I mean? We didn't see Shakur move. We didn't see, how defense minded he been. Shakur is just all around a great fighter.
I feel like Haney should move up to 40 though, or stay at 35. Take the Shakur fight.
Well, I don't know. Listen. I know what it feels like to be struggling to make 135. I was there.
Bill Haney confidently declared that this is the Devin Haney era, making it clear it's not Floyd's era and not Terence's either. He emphasized that Devin Haney doesn't rely on anyone else to shine, stressing that Devin alone is more than enough, fully capable of carrying his own legacy and standing at the top of the sport on his own terms.
It's an era where Terence was in the shadows of Floyd. And when Devin came along, there was no shadow that was big enough. Because we're not taking no prisoners. We know that our job is to get to the Mount Rushmore of boxing, where the greats are. And Tank Davis is a state victim.
Bill Haney made it clear that the decision is entirely Shakur's if he wants to fight Devin Haney, placing the ball firmly in Shakur's court. He added that whenever Shakur chooses to step forward, Team Haney will be ready at all times, without hesitation, fully prepared to make the fight happen.
That the weight that they fight at, they've always been one weight behind each other or one weight after. Shakur will come up, you know what I mean? Devin will be at that weight for.
Bill Haney explained that when it comes to weight classes, they've always been one division apart, with one moving up just after the other. He pointed out that Shakur will eventually come up, and when he does, Devin will already be settled at that weight, comfortable and established. Bill then doubled down on Devin's pedigree, emphasizing that no one in the sport has an amateur background as deep, decorated, and accomplished as Devin Haney's, insisting that Devin is a true fighter who stands alone, carrying a level of greatness that speaks for itself.
You don't have that much amateur background and that much boxing in you to be saying that you're a TikTok star. He's trying to fool us with that smile and all that you know what I mean? But he's a fighter. He's a fighter posing as a TikTok star to draw attention to his body.
Many argue that Shakur should stop delaying and step up immediately to challenge Devin Haney, saying it's the fight that would truly test and prove him against elite competition, silence the doubts, and settle the debate at the highest level once and for all.
If Shakur Stevenson want to keep that momentum and daring to be great, enhancing his greatness, we all know he's motivated and inspired by his mentor, Terence Crawford, then his next fight should be versus Devin the Dream Haney, moving up to the 147-pound division, because with that victory, he'll become a 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion, because I'm sure that Turkey Al Sheikh Ring will put that fight, will put the ring belt on the line, because I believe that Devin Haney is probably the best welterweight at the moment. He'll accomplish all of that by the age of 29. 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion. Come on now. Hey, Shakur Stevenson, you're the WBO champion, 140-pound division. You could easily petition the WBO to make you the immediate mandatory to Devin the Dream Haney. I think that's the best fight right there. Let me know what y'all think.
Floyd Mayweather made it clear that both Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson deserve respect, recognition, and support. He highlighted that Devin Haney turned professional early and has built an undefeated record of 33 wins with no losses or draws and 15 knockouts, while Shakur stayed in the amateurs longer, chasing Olympic gold. Floyd even pointed out that Shakur should have been awarded the medal after defeating Robeisy Ramirez, but despite that controversy, he stressed that both fighters should be celebrated and treated fairly for what they've accomplished in the sport.
Now I know Devin Haney is 27, Shakur is 28. Devin Haney entered the pro ranks early. Shakur stayed in the amateurs to attempt to become Olympic gold medals. And he should have been. He beat Robeisy Ramirez, in my opinion. Nonetheless, he didn't get the nod. So, Floyd is saying that they should be celebrated, they should be uplifted, as you see here. Statement, right? They need to be treated fair. The issue that I have with this statement is that Shakur Stevenson was looking to actually sign with Floyd, and Floyd didn't sign him. Devin Haney looked up to Floyd Mayweather, trained with his father, trained with his uncles, trained with him. And he was eager to see Ryan Garcia beat him because he had a spat with Devin Haney's father, trainer and manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney.
The irony is that Shakur Stevenson once sought to sign with Floyd Mayweather Jr., but was not taken on, while Devin Haney openly admired Floyd and spent time training around his circle, his father, his uncle, and even Floyd himself. Their careers clearly reflect Mayweather's influence, with both fighters modeling key aspects of their style after him. As one of boxing's most powerful voices, Floyd has the ability to elevate these young stars, and his acknowledgement underscores their importance to the sport's future, even if that support has not always been consistent.
Floyd Mayweather has the power to support these young fighters who look up clearly. Shakur and Devin model their game after him and look up to him, right? As they should. And how often does Floyd reciprocate that? Now I know he shows up, Shakur says when he calls, he answers. Devin says when he calls, he answers. He'll show up if they call, like to the gym, sparring. He showed up for Shakur, right? Show up for them at the fights for them. The way, and everybody's different. Don't get me wrong, right? He's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Promote them. When Shakur Stevenson won this fight against T.O., you say you should be treated fair.
Andre Ward shared his excitement about a potential showdown between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, calling it a fight he genuinely wants to see. He pointed to Devin's confidence, noting that Haney himself talked about taking on both Little Bro and Big Bro, a challenge Ward described as extremely dangerous. Ward also emphasized that Shakur is in a very strong position right now, which only makes the matchup more intriguing. Switching gears, he gave his take on the Super Bowl, predicting a win for the Seattle Seahawks over the New England Patriots, while praising the Seahawks coach for instilling a disciplined, business-like mindset in the team, an approach Ward said he deeply respects.
Who that? Devin said he'll take Lil Bro and Big Bro.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Meaning Keyshawn and Shakur.
I want to see it. Keyshawn is dangerous right now. I want to see it.
You got any prediction for the Super Bowl, Seahawks or the Patriots?
I think the Seahawks gonna do it, bro. I think they're gonna do it. Just the way they looking and the way they playing. The head coach has a temperament about him, man, where it's like, hey, we happy to be here, but we got business to handle. The team is taking on that identity, man.
Recently, Floyd Schofield shared his view on the current boxing landscape, especially as it relates to Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis. He explained that Jay Prince is strategic in managing his fighters, making sure they don't collide within the same business lanes so each has space to grow and succeed. Schofield stressed that Devin Haney is always ready to show up regardless of the opponent, adding that any fight involving Haney is guaranteed to be a quality matchup. He also suggested that after having experienced a loss, Devin is naturally cautious about risking another setback, no matter what his official record may show.
It don't matter which one go up there. Devin is Devin. Devin going to show up. It's going to be a great fight with either one of them. because Devin took a loss and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another
fight, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them are good fight. I don't think Keyshawn is going to beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is gonna be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to Norm.
Floyd Schofield admitted that both potential matchups would be exciting, but he strongly believes Keyshawn Davis would not be able to defeat Devin Haney. In his view, Haney's experience is simply too much, and the version of Devin seen in his last fight is far beyond what Davis could handle. He contrasted Haney's dominance with Davis's win over Jermaine Ortiz, suggesting Ortiz appeared uninterested in that performance. Schofield pointed out that Haney stayed sharp and resilient even when tested, showing he could absorb punishment without breaking, which proved his toughness. He concluded that regardless of personal opinions, Devin Haney's skill, durability, and composure make him a formidable fighter who cannot be underestimated.
Catch him too and then even buckle Devin, so I don't know.
And Keyshawn's performance wasn't great. It was good he stopped him, that the referee gave him a gift. Because the ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds. No, that's what I'm saying, but it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8. So, or to 10. So, I don't know. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
Key do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them though. I like the God more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers. Like, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing. And they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their 30s.
Tim Bradley reflected on the impact Terence Crawford has had on Shakur Stevenson, noting that Crawford once served as a mentor in a similar way. Bradley placed Crawford firmly among the greatest fighters in history, describing him as someone who belongs on boxing's Mount Rushmore. He explained that Shakur has the potential to surpass Crawford, not necessarily by matching his multi-division accomplishments or becoming a 3-time undisputed champion, but by seizing opportunities that Crawford never had. While Crawford's career was at times limited by boxing politics that blocked him from even greater recognition, Shakur is entering a different era where those barriers may be less restrictive. With his talent, discipline, and the right opportunities, Bradley believes Shakur can elevate himself beyond Crawford's stature, building a legacy that reflects both his skill and the advantages of timing in the modern sport.
I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terence Crawford. Listen up. Now, not in the sense of becoming 3-time undisputed and, going up in, that many weight classes. Not from that standpoint. He already has 4 weight classes. Crawford is a 5-weight division champion. But in the sense of having the opportunities that Crawford didn't have. Crawford would have been even bigger than what he is if the politics didn't play into the sport at the time. And now that, you have guys like Turki Al-Sheikh that is able to bridge that gap between promoters and, make these big fights happen. When Crawford couldn't get those big fights with like Thurman and Danny Garcia and Ugas and, he got it later with Sean Porter, but it was later. But imagine if Crawford was able to have that run and, Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, Ugas, Keith Thurman, the list goes on. If he would have had all those guys on his ledger, imagine how big Crawford would be. He would be even bigger than what he is today. Bigger than what he is today. So with that being said, with these fighters hovering around 135, these talented fighters, hovering around 135, 130, guys like, O'Shaquie Foster, like I mentioned, going to go up to 135. He's big enough to go to 135.
There's no denying that significant obstacles exist in the paths of these fighters. Yet, when watching Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson in action, it becomes clear that, aside from controversy or unfair tactics, both are extremely difficult to beat. Each responds directly to the other, keeping their rivalry alive and continuously fueling anticipation for a potential showdown that boxing fans are eager to see.
There's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose. Right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin. Right? Again, we had the initial 4 kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis. Right? It was supposed to be the 4 Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. And I asked Shakur this.
The conversation often returns to the idea of the 4 kings of this generation: Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Gervonta Davis. This modern grouping is meant to mirror the legendary era of Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran. However, Shakur Stevenson's role is sometimes overlooked, much like Wilfredo Benitez was in the original era. Benitez defeated Duran, who struggled against the other greats, yet his name rarely comes up alongside them. The comparison highlights how Shakur, despite his immense talent, could be the forgotten figure of this generation. History shows that Benitez proved himself against elite competition, and Shakur may face a similar challenge in carving out his place among today's stars. The dynamic between these fighters demonstrates that boxing continues to thrive on rivalries, legacies, and the pursuit of recognition.
We had that 4 King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Analysts point out that the growing tension between Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Keyshawn Davis has become one of the most captivating storylines in boxing today. Devin Haney is widely praised for his discipline, sharp jab, and exceptional ring IQ, establishing himself as one of the most technically sound fighters in both the lightweight and junior welterweight divisions. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson draws admiration for his defensive brilliance, precise timing, and uncanny ability to neutralize opponents, making the potential matchups between these stars highly anticipated by fans and analysts alike.
Haney is a tremendous fighter, but obviously he believes in himself and that he will beat Devin Haney. To that, Devin Haney responded, "I believe you're a tremendous fighter, but I'll beat you." And then Devin Haney stated, "Well, I want to fight your little brother, who is Keyshawn Davis, superstar, WBO former lightweight world champion, who called out Devin Haney and stated because he didn't like how Devin Haney treated him when they was younger, when Shakur brought him around, so on and so forth." So Devin Haney said, "You know something? I want to fight Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn, let's make it happen. And then you're the little brother, because Shakur and Keyshawn made it abundantly clear they have no interest in fighting each other because of their relationship, although they're not blood brothers." So Devin Haney said, "Well, I'll fight Luke."
Keyshawn Davis brings youthful energy and confidence, eager to prove himself against the established stars. The dynamic between him, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson creates a storyline reminiscent of legendary rivalries, where contrasting styles and personalities collide to elevate the sport. Haney's consistency, Shakur's adaptability, and Davis's hunger form a triangle of intrigue that fans and analysts cannot ignore. Each fighter represents a different stage of development, yet all are united by ambition and the pursuit of greatness. This mounting tension sets the stage for potentially historic matchups that could define the next era of boxing.
Shakur puts up a cryptic message in response and says, "Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it." Well, remember, Devin Haney made an offer when he was at 135 to stay at 135 to fight Shakur. Shakur didn't like the offer, which means Devin Haney's more than willing to make the fight. Devin Haney is saying if you want to make the fight, his father, trainer, manager, Bill Haney, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, is saying, we'll make the fight gladly, but we're not doing a 10-pound rehydration course. So Shakur is saying, be careful what you wish for. Skills pay the bills, as Shakur said. And Shakur said he don't like people putting rehydration clause on people because it handicaps them and you can't get credit. Well, then he says on Najee with Cigar Talk that Devin Haney's not unalive.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more inside scoops on Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and all the biggest boxing stories shaping the sport. Stay tuned, more epic matchups and analysis are coming your way.